Assalamualaikum. I am Saida Bakhtaur. Hope you all are doing good in your lives and be so motivated in your lives. So I am here to describe you about a term that is named as emotional intelligence that will help you in your life to be so successful and to achieve your goal in a positively manner. So to understand this term, emotional intelligence, firstly we have to understand about emotions. What are emotions? So emotion is the consciousness of our consciousness activity of our mind or mental intense mental activity that will maybe of player or displayer. So our emotions are basically linked with motivation, temperament, our daily life schedule. We can improve it and it is not so difficult. So to understand our emotions and emotional intelligence, we have to firstly define what is emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is also named as emotional quotient. It is the capability of the individuals to understand your own emotions, react to those emotions, recognize those emotions, manage those emotions, and after all these, you can be able to achieve your goal in a very positive and motivated way. So, how we can manage our emotions so that they will be helpful in our life? Firstly, we have to admit that emotions exist. Emotion exists inside us. We have to recognize them. After recognizing them, we will be able to manage them. And by managing those emotions, we will be very satisfied by ourselves also. Another question arrives after this thing that we are discussing about this term emotional intelligence, whether it is important in our life or not. So it is very important because emotional intelligence provide us a gateway for a balanced life. So what is it important for only those people who are communicating or who are very good in their professional lives? No, think it again. It is not only important for those peoples, for those individuals that are only communicating with the other peoples, or their job involves this thing of communicating with others. It is important for every individual in their life. So why it is important? It is important because it leads us to the professional and personal both success which we all want us in our life. So when we talk about its importance, its management, here question arrive, how we can achieve it. Is it easy to achieve this term in our life? Yes, it's not that difficult that you understand a term emotional intelligence is very difficult. No, there are basically 5 components on which we have to work and we will achieve this. So the first component is self-awareness. So, what is self awareness? Self awareness is basically understanding and recognizing your own emotions and feel and know about their motivation and these emotions effect on other people's. So the second main component is self-regulating. What is self-regulating? It means recognizing and controlling your impulses. Do not react to any situation very quickly so that you will feel guilty or you will be very depressed after thinking that situation. That you should not react like that in that situation. You should be so composed in that one. You should think before any reaction. You should think what you have to respond to others behavior, other one situation, so it will portray yourself very appropriately. Third component of emotional intelligence is that empathy. It is something that is needed in our life so much that will make ourselves happy and others also happy. Everyone want to be happy and make other people also feel happy so that our environment, our surroundings will be so positive. So what is empathy? Empathy is something that we can understand other people's emotion. How we can understand other people's emotion? We cannot understand other people's emotion until or unless we have those capabilities, those nature, those feelings inside us. Firstly, we have to understand that emotions and the recognition of that emotion in ourselves. After that, we will be able to understanding those emotion in other people's and their effect on other people's. Then we will help other people's to uh, manage them, or to be so good or productive in their life. So the fourth one component is the internal motivation, which is very very important, which is also linked with the self awareness. When we have self awareness, when we are confident, we will able to we will able to learn things by ourselves. It also means self improvement, self learning, and it will lead us to the internal motivation that will help us to motivate ourselves to do things that are good for ourselves and for others also. The last component is soft skills. We all know it includes communication, leadership, team management, teamwork, and also conflict management, which is very very important in today's professional job. In professional point of view, that conflict management should be very stronger in every individual, so that they would not be reactive, and they would not be hyper in every situation. So these components should be understand by us, and we should apply these things in our life. And by focusing on these five components, we will able to make our emotions so stable, and we will manage our emotions. It is not difficult, we can do. You should only you should have to say to yourself that you can and you will achieve that. So understanding this term more in more detail, I am giving you some examples. So the first one example is the passenger on the bus. What this is a metaphor is, and this is developed by Stephen Hayes. This metaphor means this metaphor basically demonstrate about our life journey, about our life. And it means that it basically symbolizes something that make us so positive in our life. Okay, firstly we have to understand this metaphor. This metaphor means the passenger on the bus. What does bus symbolizes? What does the passenger symbolizes? The bus symbolizes our mind, and the passenger symbolizes those emotions and experiences that comes in our mind and regulate us and motivate, demotivate us in a way in any situation. And also we know that driver in the bus is the main component that will drive it to a long journey. So in this thing, the driver is ourselves. We can drive our mind in the way that we want, and no one, no passenger, no emotions, no experiences, and no negative energy will lead us to do that negative things. We have to understand that as passenger comes in bus for a temporary time, when their destination come, they will be not the part of that bus. They will be out of that. So we should not wait for that destination for our emotions to get out of our mind. We should work on it. We should not wait for that time. Time never come. We have to make our time so productive and so positive that we can be the person we want to be. We don't have to make it more complex for ourselves. I hope you understand this example. The other example is the guest house poem. This poem is basically by Jalaluddin Rumi, and this poem exactly describe the journey of our life. As we all know, the guest houses are open for different peoples, people that belongs to different religion, culture, nature, nationalities, and many other factors. So we have to understand that those people come at that guest house and lives there, but after that temporary stage, after that temporary time, they went out of that. They have to go to their permanent resident where they live. They are not the permanent element of that thing. Such as with our emotions, our emotions are not so permanent, they are temporarily. We have to manage them, we have to make them so composed, so organized that they will make us a person Make us a person that will give other person so positive vibe that they will impress and they want to be like us. We should not think of that negative emotions, unpleasant emotions, those emotions that will make ourselves so depressed, stressful, and make us so demotivated. That will not be so that will not be so good for us. So I hope this all will help you, and I hope that you will apply all these things in your life for a better person, for a better lifestyle, and for the betterment in personal and professional both lives. Thank you.